So in this, I kind of forgot, or more or less, my audio decided to cut out on me. I don't know why. So all of the audio is, not here. I mean, just my voice though. So, you'll be able to hear in this video that, my voice is not present, but the actual audio for the game is. I have no clue what happened. My microphone was working fine. It's obviously working fine right now. I just have no clue why my audio just decided to quit on me. So here I'm mainly just rebuilding the Revenge, partially just so I can use it for my own use, because obviously that little frigate I was using wouldn't be able to do a whole lot, so I wanted a bigger ship. So here you can see I'm putting a bunch of plating and armoring on it. I even put spaced armor, which I'm starting to do right here. I screw with this design a lot with this. I move it around, and the end design looks a lot different. So I hope you guys like it. I mean, it resembles the Revenge, but it's got a different look to it. I do this weird thing where I make like this almost like plate around the spaced armor, but I go back on that because I realize it's way too heavy and would be classified as I forgot, but it would be upped in the class, and I didn't want that, so I end up going back on that and removing that plating. I wanted this to be kind of like a semi-brawler that I can use, so I might be able to survive a lot of the bigger ships, like the one we previously encountered. I also make these just rows of the hyper velocity turrets as well, because they're fairly cheap and long range. This design was a very weird one, but I did it. It sucks that no one can hear the audio in my commentary, but oh well. Fuck. Well, thankfully, I can just record my audio like I am doing right now to kind of give you guys the whole gist of it. You can see I'm redoing most of the design up front because I didn't like it, and was like just going back on every single tiny decision I made. I tried to do that like trapegonal like looking plating at the front, which sort of works, so I go with it and name it the Encore Mark 1. So that's our first battleship class. Alright, so try it out on the bees over here, and it's alright. I mean, I end up dying a couple times over here, but it's good against a lot of the smaller vessels, as you can see, but I mean, it's not a Revenge. It cannot clear stuff out by itself. It's more of just like a support and small ship fighting vessel. So you can fight a bunch of these smaller ships on its own, but with most of the hive, the actual buildings that are on the rocks themselves, I do end up needing support on that. I do have a few here, mainly the nuclear plinko and the castle, but they don't really help out a lot. Then I go to creating a broken class and then putting out more of these station class shepherds, mainly just to extend our borders. Then I create a hauler class. This one was a little bit weird. I mean, was it really effective? No, not at all. But I mean, it gave R to stations. It was extra R generation, so that was cool. I end up extending this a lot. It's a decent design. It's kind of like the trucks or whatever. I forgot what that faction's called. I'll put it up now. But yeah, it's got a lot of R capacity, a lot of R generation. My thought process was it can kind of chill around the big old stations and give it some R to produce more of the better ships like the Encore and the Stevens class frigate and the Revenge class battleship, or Dreadnought, I should say. So it doesn't have too much in the way of armaments. I believe I put a few defense cannons on it, but that's about it. But it does, as you can see here, have a lot of R generation. I think I give it try to give it a decent sized cannon, but it's not really working out too well. Forgot what I did. Yeah, I just put a bunch of PD turrets there and call it a day. I first call it the Wolf, but I end up going back on that. I do a little bit of the plating that I have been doing around, and then I make little cities on all of the four corners that you can see here. I was actually pretty happy with these. These actually look pretty cool. Yeah, so I tried to do a lot of different designs, try to make it interesting, and I end up calling it the Raven instead because I don't know why. I didn't really like the wolf name, or at least I wanted to keep that for something else. So here I end up making a new station class, and this one is insane. I pretty much try to go all out with this one. It's got a shit ton of shield generators, actual reactors, insanely big. It's just absolutely massive. I do these little, like, whatchamacallits, I guess stems for the R generators, which actually looks really fucking cool. That came out really well. Now, it's not another, like, Shepherd class. I do rename it. But yeah, this thing is all on its own. This is a very big boy. I put a bunch of nice armaments on it and a lot of shields on it. I even put plating on all the shields and turrets there. Then in the center, I put separate stems for our containment units. With a big old factory. Then I put some tractor beams on it, and I do a little bit of tinkering here, and just to make sure it doesn't build in on itself. I didn't know if the factory would spit one out to the side, and as you guys have seen, I build big. I put a bunch of these little defense cannons everywhere, and it ends up being pretty big. I call it the Tungsten class. It came out pretty good. And then update the Encore because I realized it wasn't great with the spaced armor. Alright, well, sorry you guys couldn't actually hear my voice and my commentary during this episode, but hopefully none of the other recordings are screwed up in any way. I actually have to look at that again. So, alright, well, if you do like this episode and like the series, leave a like, subscribe, it helps out the channel, and thank you. Till next time.